We respectfully acknowledge the Whadjuk Noongar people as the traditional owners of the land in which this video was filmed.
Hi, I'm Crystal Kinsella. I'm a proud Jawoyn and Wiradjuri woman, a supply diversity expert and published author. Welcome to Meet the Mob, a YouTube series dedicated to showcasing Black excellence in business. Here I get to interview deadly First Nation business owners from around the country and learn about their why. Today I'm joined by Shaz Rind from Arra, who will share with us his why he got into business and why he does what he does. So let's kick it off. Who are you? Who's your mob?
Look, firstly, welcome to WA.
Oh, thank you.
Look, this is Whadjuk country, but we're Yamatji Baluchi from up north, Murchison area. Mum's side is Aboriginal, dad's side isn't. The Baluchis, they came here with the camels in the 1860s. And I've been pretty blessed and lucky to sort of grow up on lots of country. I've been a native title lawyer for many years, so I've literally seen the whole country, you know, some really sacred, important places. So the whole place for me is home. It's all special. Yeah. You know, even the streets here are special. But now based out of Perth for the last probably 12 years.
Yeah, great. Well, let's start with a really easy one. You know, what is your why? Like, yeah, what drives you? What's getting you out of bed every day?
Yeah, look, that's a really good question, Crystal. And, you know, to be honest with you, sis, you know, I think it's based on, I'm pretty blessed in life. I've been lucky enough to have, you know, good people, black, white, yellow, green, that mentored me and supported me. And I started Arra because, you know, we wanted to do something that was different. We wanted to do something that was genuine and give our young people a chance to work, to train up, you know, to go and try to aim really high. So we, you know, work in oil and gas and mining. And, you know, that's what we wanted the next generation of the Aboriginal workforce to look at. How can I get skilled up in the oil and gas and mining space? And now we're taking up the renewable energy space. So we're saying, well, what are the opportunities, you know, for our mob in this new, let's say, industry that's been created with clean energy? And so that's what we're trying to do. Like, you know, we keep it humble. We do keep a low profile.
Well, there's no low profiles with Meet the Mob because we're going to put your face all over YouTube.
All right, well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, go for it.
No, I was going to say, so creating some pathways around oil, mining, gas, but now in this renewable energy space.
Yeah.
So talk to us about some of the things that Arra does.
Yeah, look, Arra's got three parts to the business. We've got sort of the let's say the talent side of it, where we got people that work for us in projects and oil and gas and mining. And then we run our own contracts. So we contract to government, defence. You know, we want a handful of Aboriginal companies that contract directly to defence. And then we also got a group training organisation. So that's like the talent pipeline. So the group training organisation basically it's like an RTO, but we call it a GTO. We get people in, apprentices, trainees, and we give young people a chance, even some brothers and sisters out of jail. They want to change their life. And so my vested interest is I get to look at the talent here, then we test them out on projects, and if they do really well, there's a carrot. You get your traineeship or your trade, you're going to get the big dollars, you're going to go and, you know, work for the big boys and the big blue chip companies. So that's how we do it. It's, you know, I've been doing this, a third company that I've built. Sarah's my baby, I own most of it, and so I'm responsible for it.
How long's Arra been around for?
7 years.
Wow, that's pretty significant.
Years.
And you said defence, you know, like, so working for defence, I've done some work with them and some of the defence primes before. It's hard yakka kind of to meet requirements and, to get some track record there.
Look, it is, and I think a lot of people said that, you know, it's too hard, it's too difficult. And I think, you know, the challenge for all of us as individuals and some of the young people, well, if it's too hard, it's too difficult. Well, how do you get around that? And I thought, well, I'm gonna try and crack it. And look, we cracked defence in 3 months. You know, we had a contract direct.
That's so good.
Because we had we were already a mainstream contractor. So, you know, I don't think there's a bucket of Aboriginal companies here and non-Aboriginal companies here. We're a mainstream Australian company that happens to be majority Aboriginal owned. Yeah. We can work wherever the fuck I want to work. Sorry about swearing.
It's all right. Well, that's good. I love that because, you know, I guess one of the things is that sometimes you can be tainted by saying that you're an Indigenous company,
Yeah.
put in a bucket over here and pigeonholed. But I like that kind of that mantra of saying, we are a mainstream company. We just happen to be majority owned.
Yep.
And you're breaking down the doors and creating pathways.
Yeah, look, we're trying to do the right thing, and doing the right thing, you got to be genuine about it. You got to have a passion. And I think, we see all this reconciliation action plans and Aboriginal procurement and all these kind of things. Well, we look at that. So, well, how much is that really making a difference? We actually got control, so we can decide on how much, we want the Aboriginal workforce to be. How much talent do we want to bring in? How do we target, people for our business? Some young sisters this week, women in non-traditional trades. So, we've got 2 Aboriginal girls that started at CivMec, as Boilermaker welders.
Oh, wow.
Right. So, a couple of Noongar girls, and one's got Yamatji connections. So they started, in a non-traditional trade, building, funnily enough, over there. I can't talk too much about it, but they're going to be building some pretty high-end stuff for defence. So these young girls are learning how to be Boilermaker welders.
It will be a great story as it progresses. Particularly in those types of trades, which are pretty heavily male dominated. But
exactly. So for Arra, I think we're trying to use our platform. And we're blessed, and I think we're trying to use our platform to get more Aboriginal people to have different job choices. And we say to people, look, brother, you're here, or sister, here, we're not settling. Yeah. We're a commercial outfit. These are the obligations. These are the responsibilities. These are things that we'll teach you. And our business safety is number one, as you know, in the oil and gas and mining. You got to look after yourself, look after your mates, look after the people around you, and we do put some pretty firm policies in. Like, we tell them, like, we won't put up with sexism, racism, discrimination, all these things that we entrench in them to empower them. So when they're in the workforce, they know that my employer or my boss or my person will back me up. And that's what we teach them, like, you're there. Yes, you're working. Yes, you might be at a trainee level, an apprenticeship, and you might feel like you're bottom of the food chain. And that's where I started my traineeships, on the shop floor, brushing, dust up in the Pilbara. So we actually try to give them the vision that, hey, you're going to start here, but you are going to go up. And the other thing we tell them is, if the bloke asks you to do something, he's not being racist. He's not trying to talk down to you. I pay him to teach you, or, to tell you what to do. So we really try to get them out of that mold of, hey, people are trying to talk down to me or something like that. So we already prepped them. We got a really good mentor program, and we've got some really good people that believe in what we believe.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And it's so important, like that trajectory, that pathway and mentorship as well. So you said a big part of your life as a lawyer, you said this is your 3rd business. Well, what's the legacy piece? Like, what's the future hold?
Yeah, look, I think Arra is the legacy. It's a great question. Yeah. I think last year there was an article done about us. We were the first guys that started the NALI and the Aboriginal Lawyers in New South Wales. So me, Tony McAvoy, Damien Barnes, Terry Janke, Sister Robin Quiggin, shout out to the mob in, the Kooris out there that we grew up with in Sydney. And so we started the Aboriginal Lawyers movement back then. And now you see some of those people that are become judges and advocates. And, it's just a proud feeling that, hey, we were back here, and, 25 years ago, kicking the streets of George Street in Sydney, being all radical. Now we're all sort of progressed in life and matured and done things. And I think that makes you feel good. The world is a beautiful place. I refuse to think that it's negative or bad. So that's what, the values, the legacy you're talking about is 25 years in the making. And it still goes on. There's to be continued.
Definitely. So have you had any kind of final words or a final message for my audience? What would it be?
Yeah, look, I think you got to believe in yourself. The whole country is spiritual, special. Like, you're in a very special place in the world. And I think you got to believe in yourself, believe in the DNA that is connected you to this country. And I believe in that, yes, we've all had struggles and challenges, and, bad shit happens to good people all the time, but we have to sort of figure out a way to move on, in a sense, but also not forget. And I think that's the balance is, I'm not going to forget what happened to my grandfather with native welfare, trying to chase him halfway across the country, and so that's the challenge is we've got a history of stolen generations. They're trying to take the kids away. And then you've got, real life, great aunts and great uncles that were put in missions and persecuted and had a dog license, couldn't get into town. And so I think the rest of Australia needs to understand, like, this is pretty fresh. There was massacres in this country. There's a whole bunch of bad stuff that's happened. But let's not forget it. Let's respectfully deal with it like we do with other warriors and soldiers and sisters and brothers. But get up and do something, man. You can't sit back and be the victim and play, get your shit together.
Yeah, definitely pretty powerful message there. And I think, that sort of one eye looking back to remember the past, but always continuing to look forward. And I love what you said there, particularly around it starts with self-belief, but also that deep connection to the DNA of this country.
Yeah, look, I think it does. And for us, we're going to capitalise on it. We're going to build on it. We believe in getting people in with the right attitude and aptitude. I'm a high school dropout. I never went through the straight path. So that's what we say to everybody that comes into our business, that, hey, you might be here today, bro. You're only 17. Wait till you're 24. Wait till you're 28. Like, don't let this stuff get to you. Even some of the brothers and sisters that have had a bit of hard time in their life, we said, look, who the fuck am I to judge? What? That was you. You dealt with it, but you're here. You want to make a difference? We'll work with you. We'll work with you. But you got to put it in. And our motto is you got to back yourself. If you don't, unfortunately, we're in a pretty complicated game. Safety is number one. You got to look after yourself and your mates, and that's mental well-being as well as physical well-being. We've been pretty lucky, touch wood. We've been pretty blessed. Look, the message is back yourself. A lot of people will support you. And a lot of young mob, I think, forget that they've got so much support. Like, it's unbelievable. Just back yourself.
Yeah, such a powerful message. So thanks so much for coming on my show today. I really appreciate it. So as Shaz just said, back yourself. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed the latest episode of Meet the Mob. And make sure you connect with Shaz online. Share his story with your networks. Until next time.